Hello and welcome to the back nine of round one of the 2025 PDGA Professional World Championships presented by Discmania. We are in Nokia, Finland at the Beast. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
I'm Madison Walker. We're your two hockeys.
Honk. Happy to be here in Finland playing this historic course, more historic for MPO than FPO, but it's got a long-standing history. It's my first time here. We're watching Silva, Saarinen, Rachel Turton, Cadence, Burge, and Eveliina Salonen attack this course.
Silva defending a major after winning last week at the European Disc Golf Festival. Eveliina defending her world title here in her home country of Finland. She's from around this area as well, so she's playing on her home courses. Talk about pressure. Let's start things out with hole 10.
Yeah, it's a par 4, 656 feet. Going over the soccer field here, the left side OB really comes into play if you're not careful trying to bite off too much around the corner or just hyzering out a bit too much. So you want to kind of shoot to the right off the tee. Second shot, it depends on how aggressive you want to get. If you want to attack for birdie, you can, but you can see it's a very narrow path to get there. Some hay bales, some planters, a fence on the left. If you're out of position, you're usually playing this one for par.
And those legendary light poles. We all have seen discs come into contact with those things.
We've seen some stuff out here.
We have. Man, I'm loving the little hole preview music.
Yeah, right?
It is really nice. I hope
It's
you guys are
soothing.
enjoying it as well.
Makes me want to nap in a sunbeam.
Yeah, my eyelids started drooping a little bit.
Silva overturning her shot to the right. You can see she wasn't happy with it right out of her hand. It's got to be a par from there.
This is a hole that a lot of competitors aren't trying to get up and down for birdie. Looks like Eveliina was trying to do just that. She's going to find OB deep. That's not a problem that many players are running into here. I would say it's about 360 to get to that OB line deep, maybe just a little bit farther than that.
Yeah, I think a bit more. Is this a shorter tee pad or?
I can't quite remember.
Okay. It is a different one than the
I'm
MPO.
pretty sure it is.
Okay.
But the MPO tee pad is just a little bit higher, so it kind of plays very similarly.
Sure.
That's why I can't quite remember. Your
Feels the same.
Yeah, your discs are landing in a similar spot, but I think it is a new tee pad.
You can see all these players really not wanting to mess with that left side OB.
In order to go for the birdie, you do kind of want to wrap the corner a little bit. Silva is probably about 480 to the basket from where she landed. You can see her just trying to keep it nice and low. That's a very smart play here. You can easily overturn a disc right out of bounds, but more commonly you see players trying to throw a hyzer in and go over the fence on the left side.
See how much Cadence wants to bite off here. Just a nice controlled shot, just like Silva. Smart. Yeah. Plenty of distance for an easy par. Rachel kind of the only one in position to attack if she wants, but it's just so high risk.
She is definitely going for it, putting it out over that out of bounds on the right side.
Looks good.
So good.
Come on. Bullseye hit?
Wow. What
Phenomenal.
a shot. Eveliina definitely trying to recover the par here.
That's wild that she went OB deep. No one else is doing that.
And look at this shot to the green. Coming in with so much spin.
Great recovery.
You know she's talking about those light poles.
Absolutely.
We are all thinking about them here. Here's Silva's third. Another nice low shot. Just got to get past these little guardian trees.
And she squeaks to just outside the bullseye. And no problem on Cadence's third. Eveliina trying to save par here.
Nice.
That's a good hit. Kind of right at that distance she's been having trouble with on a few of her putts today.
Yeah, and she is on the right side of the chains too. We love to see it. Silva really showing us the good game plan for hole 10. There were only 8 birdies, which is honestly more than I was expecting.
Yeah. I mean, you saw the 2 really big shots it took for Rachel to get here. It's no joke. Which is unfortunate because we're paid to make jokes, and there's nothing here for it. Nice birdie for Rachel.
Yeah, so impressive. Rachel, one of only 2 competitors to park the hole. Ooh, look at that huck face. Hannah leading the field right now, 3 down through 10. Hole 11 is a birdie hole, but not one that a lot of the field is counting in their playbook. The right side OB is very scary because if you try to throw a big hyzer, you can find yourself maybe not coming back into bounds. But the biggest problem is this little beautiful cold pond right here. It is in the perfect landing zone for a lot of the FPO players' distance shots. You see some players pulling out fairway drivers and just laying up a little bit shorter of that V-shaped birch tree, or you see players going big hyzer and trying to go over the pond.
Rachel forgetting how to X-step, but she remembered. That's a nice looking shot, but yep. Oh man,
Wow.
parked it.
Wow. I was going to say regardless of the play, you see most players ending up in circle 2, but here's
Yeah.
Rachel just in the bullseye.
That's so perfect. I was gonna say a perfect shot usually ends up like hitting one of those trees, finding that pond. That's so hard to do.
I watched Cat Merch do that today as well. I'm like, is this high hyzer line just way more open
It seems like it.
than we're giving it credit for? Silva with I think a more typical shot.
Yes.
She is going to be flirting with OB potentially on the left, but she has enough distance that felt nice and safe even at the end of the flight.
Really nice looking shot. Evelina looks like she's lining up the high shot.
Silva just crushing a disc right now.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that was on a rope the whole way. Evelina using the sky to get some distance. And
that's normally what you see.
Yes, definitely. And very fortunate to not land in the pond.
How do you know it's cold?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Probably just looking at some wildlife in there, right?
If anyone used the huge stick that's right by the pond.
Cadence kind of working her way up the middle, and she'll get away with it.
And I think that's probably the most common game plan here on hole 11.
Evelina looks like outside, circle 2 even, gives it a little bit of a run.
Wow, 16 players got to circle 1 of regulation.
Nice.
It says 331, but I think on a hyzer it feels closer to 350.
Yeah. Silva for another birdie.
Nice.
Moves to 3 down. Birdieing 3 out of the last 4 holes.
Third of the field getting hole 11. That is very different from last year. Everyone getting so good.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing to be a part of. And absolute tap-in birdie for Rachel. Getting 2 in a row.
Rachel, one of 5 competitors to park that hole.
Wow.
Cool.
Very cool. Silva now in a tie for first with Henna. Rachel right behind, tied with Valerie Manuhano for third. Hole 12 is a par 4, 600 feet on the dot. This is after the long walk. I couldn't remember. Yeah. Super tight OB on the left, big tree on the right, low ceiling. the whole way, and this is another one where you're not totally rewarded with a perfect tee shot. The second shot is always going to be really difficult. The OB does widen after the initial tee shot, which is nice, but there is kind of a hillside on the left side of the pin, and it gets pretty narrow down there. So this, again, not one you're necessarily drawing up, even though it's only 600 feet. I like the sidearm. It feels safer, but you're not going to usually get quite as far as the backhand turning shot. Maybe baby flex, but you usually want to keep it turning.
Yeah, I think Erica's right. I think the forehand is the play.
Yeah.
The backhand is just so touchy. Silva's going to show us one that's really well done, I think with a little bit of a slower speed disc. Evelina looks like she's going to send it. Heck yeah.
There's a mandatory right off the tee too,
Yes.
so you can't go around to the right of that tree. Oh, turn. Okay.
What?
Yeah. Evelina riding that left side the whole way, getting a nice little kick.
That looked like one of our long-eared Finnish squirrel friends just chucked that one back out into the fairway.
That's exactly what happened. Play the replay. Cadence hitting this tree, which it feels exactly like what she's doing. It is dense in there, pokey. She's honestly lucky to have any kind of a run up.
She is past the Mando, so she is able to go to the right now, and she puts a good move on that. This is where you kind of start to lose hope on the hole, hitting early and having the high floor and the low ceiling. Your shots can get tangled up in the middle pretty easily, and you find yourself not quite being in position to get the par. Evelina in the fairway.
Sending it so hard. And honestly getting such friendly breaks. I mean...
She's playing the hole like we play, but with much harder shots.
Yeah, we just throw it in the air to where she's landing. Off the trees.
Silva with a really nice second shot, managing both the high ceiling and low floor and making sure to come in at an angle that sits down softly. It's so easy to hyzer skip to that left rough.
And Rachel with what I would argue is a perfect drive, and you can see what she's left with. Not a whole lot to get there.
Yeah, I think that's one of the best drives I've seen on this hole.
Mm-hmm. So just another par 4 where you're playing for par.
Yeah, this one averaged as a tie for the fourth most difficult hole of the day. Averaged at a half stroke over par. Here's Cadence's third. Weird footing, out of position to try to recover the par with that super low ceiling while she's high on the hill. Evelina in the ideal landing zone for a second shot. And still a really tricky shot. Man, that drop off to the left of the basket is insane.
It's steeper than it looks, for sure.
It's a hole. It's essentially a hole.
Silva with a nice little upshot. Maybe a tap in par.
So although this has less bogeys compared to the other par 4s that are playing as mostly pars, this one has the least amount of birdies. Only one competitor getting to circle 1 in regulation, only 3 getting to circle 2 in regulation.
Rachel up there for a short par putt. Very nicely done. Just how you draw it up from Rachel. Who got the birdie? It's not a spoiler. They're all up there for more than a birdie.
Yeah. Shout out to Ida Nesse from Norway. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
Evelina.
We don't like the camera continuing to pan. Oh.
No. Evelina going to show us what is happening to the left of the basket here.
In a way, it's nice for the people to see just how bad it is. In another way, that's just the worst.
Yeah.
Man, Evelina.
A lot of times you're unable to even establish your stance behind the disc. It's so dense down there.
I'm not a big fan of any OB inside the circle personally, but this is one instance where it's like,
They should do it.
I could see why they should have that.
I agree with you 100%.
It's a hot take for me.
I'm also anti OB inside the circle, but I'm like, do it.
Just this one
Paint
time.
the line.
It's a sinkhole over there.
It really is.
Paint the line. You won't.
Yeah. Shout out again to Ida and Essay.
What's going on, guys? Hold My Bag just launched the greatest disc golf fantasy game in the universe.
Hold My Bag just dropped the best fantasy disc golf game the planet has ever seen.
I want to tell you guys about the newest disc golf fantasy game on the market.
One of my favorite parts is the Hold My Bag. This is something that we started doing, and it's actually a lot of fun.
We get it. You want to improve your game. You want better scores, higher ratings, more distance, pinpoint accuracy, consistent putting, and even a stronger mental game. The Power Disc Golf Academy has helped tens of thousands of disc golfers improve in every aspect of the game. And now it's time we do the same for you. During Worlds only, new members can get the first year of their membership for $19.99. But this offer ends as soon as the MPO World Champion is crowned.
Hole 13, another very difficult par 4. This one is reachable, but the tee shot is the most demanding shot potentially on the course. You can't even say that. They're all so demanding, but that tunnel is very difficult to get the distance that you need in order to set yourself up for this second distance shot to this nice guarded green by this big beautiful tree. It also drops off behind the basket, but thankfully no out of bounds or anything, just a long comeback putt. You see a lot of forehands off this tee, but it requires a lot of power in the forehand to get to a good landing zone. Rachel making it look super easy, and in a perfect spot.
Her forehand's looking so good.
The backhand here is so scary, just not because the gap is small,
but also because it's small.
Well, the gap isn't just that low-hanging branch.
Yeah.
If that wasn't there, the gap is doable. But that low branch, you can see Silva even kind of ducking as her follow-through. Really trying to get that disc to go low.
I have never seen her follow through like that.
Yeah, the body language.
Let's see if Cadence does a duck. Oh, super smooth.
That's beautiful.
That's one of the best backhands I've seen.
Yeah, anywhere around that little crest of the hill is a great shot.
Jeez.
Sending.
Did you hear that? Oh my.
We're like fainting in the booth here. You can't see us.
I'm fully swooning. Look at that. That's crazy.
She is 120 feet past the drives that we were just raving about how good they are.
Yeah. Like, these are phenomenal. And she is. She's over 100 feet past him.
Eveliina breaking the game. Cadence needs to push that hyzer just a little farther before finishing. She'll have a long putt, but potentially obstructed. Rachel with an open run-up as well. Plenty of room to work this distance shot.
Yeah, that's looking good. We love that.
Man, she's just like showing off today.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it was like the slowest of starts, but it was just kind of clean, nothing crazy, but she's popping off.
Yeah, she's
in the
hitting,
last handful of holes.
She's making these distance shots look so controlled.
Yes. Silva, a master of exactly that as well. Going standstill a little bit closer than Rachel. Take that.
Man, these are really, really great shots. Eveliina can probably just throw a putter. Insane.
Ooh,
Get
a
skinny.
little wide. Dang, just a little bit too wide right from Eveliina.
And that is the embarrassment of throwing the tee shot of the tournament on hole 13. And then,
It's a big call on
and
day
then
one.
Flubbing your approach
Yeah.
a little.
Oh, disc golf.
Oh, disc golf. Eveliina just going to lay this one up. No need to mess around. The hill drops off pretty good behind the basket.
But boy, was that a cool tee shot, Eveliina. Rachel for birdie. Nice.
Wow,
She's
4
going
down
to-
through the last 6.
Right?
So good.
Silva to move to 4 down on the round. And look at this stretch of 9 holes. So clean from Silva.
That is so impressive at the Beast.
Man, now that she's got a major under her belt, it's going to be even scarier.
I know. She's like, yeah, been there, done that.
Easy.
Eveliina with a couple unfortunate big numbers, but playing some really, really impressive golf.
It's fun to watch, that's for sure. Silva going to take the solo lead with that birdie. Rachel right behind her. Hole 14, another long walk to get here. It's a par 3, 394 feet. That actually surprises me because maybe it's just a little bit downhill. Plays shorter than that. Tricky though, you got to get just a pure flex shot down here, curving to the right through this gap, and fade into the left towards the pin here. Worst mistake is early left, but there's some water to mess around with. You could, I guess, theoretically miss to the right too. Just don't do any of that. Just throw a nice flex shot, get up there, get a putt.
Let's do a check-in with Hannah Bloomers.
How far do you think this plays?
I think it's pretty true. Like you're having to really crush a disc. I would say maybe like 370, 360.
Yeah.
Hannah just makes that look very easy.
Yeah. She'll do that.
Did she throw a mid-range? I mean,
Putter, probably.
really beautiful straight shot. Most players really having to flex
Yeah.
a disc down there. Here's Rachel trying to get that flex. So the basket, this is one of the few changes they made on the course this year. The basket used to be pinched around to the right. It was blind from the tee pad, and it extended the hole just a little bit. I think it was just over 400 feet, but it was pinched over to the right. It was a much more difficult line. I think this is a great change for the FPO.
Yes. Yeah, it's still not going to see a whole lot of birdies, I don't think, but the fact that it's possible is exciting.
Yes.
Silva going to find that short left side, maybe in the water, or at least some squishy footing.
Ooh, nice looking shot from Cadence. If it just gets a little fade at the end.
Yeah, I think it's more, if you're going to do the flex, it's more of like a force over with something stable to get there. Eveliina is throwing the disc so hard.
Yes, she is. It's just almost too far to force flex.
Yeah.
Like, you kind of have to get that hyzer flip so it has enough time
I know,
to get there.
It's tricky.
It is tricky. It's far. It's a crush. 3 competitors got to circle 1 in regulation. 13 got to circle 2 in regulation. So still a very, very difficult hole, even with the improvement on the pin placement. I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like if you get to circle 1, it feels like an eagle.
I think you explained it
But
perfectly.
it's not a par 4.
No, you nailed it.
You can see everyone's second shots. Very difficult.
Let's call it a falcon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
That early left side can be very punishing where a lot of players are landing. Eveliina had the power to get there, had some branches drop her a little bit soon.
Nice looking run. Man, what's a tester for most people just looks
Yeah,
so casual.
she makes
from
28
Silva.
feet look like a bullseye putt.
Yeah.
Rachel playing super solid golf.
Yeah, her putt's looking clean. I mean, it's all looking clean, but just nice and solid all the way around.
Yeah, we've seen her make a ton of 15 to 20 footers, and that can get weird if you start stacking those together.
Or like that, like 22 to 24, like that. You know, I don't get, it can get in your head. Hannah Bloomroos with that birdie, gonna tie it up with Rachel.
Hole 15, the easiest hole on the course. It's a nice short par 4 at 476, but this first shot can get a little weird, especially if it's windy. Most players just trying to land in this little patch of shade right here. You see you see fairway drivers, you see mids, you even see putters. Your second shot is across this out of bounds area to this elevated pin. You want to nestle something nice and close so you don't have to deal with how tall this thing is. A little bit taller than our normal Pro Tour baskets. I don't think we're going to see people go for the green, but I feel like I shouldn't say that.
Yeah, I don't know what I think anymore. Eveliina is doing some crazy stuff with a disc.
She is. Rachel gonna do the one thing you really don't want to do, and that's chuck it into that rough on the right side. It can be difficult to recover from there. She will be able to get a par, and maybe she'll have a gap for birdie, but
I still think that's a better mistake than OB left early, for par anyway.
I feel differently. Took me a few to get out of there last year.
Did it?
Yeah, it's pretty brutal over there.
Maybe I just haven't seen the full teeth. Ooh, that looks fast.
That looks real fast.
Hmm. Yeah.
Get down. Get down. Bite.
Dang, looks like all the power. Oh, but just gonna find the OB late. But she's pin high.
I love it. I love the play. God, I
Yeah,
just
just
want
pump it down there, take a par.
I want to do that so bad.
Right?
Like, on the tee pad today, I almost had a moment of like, I'm just
I
going
could
to
do
do
it.
it. I'm just going to do it. Why would I not? Cadence with a little bit more left than you want, but she
Oh, wow.
executes really well.
Beautiful shot. Ooh. All right. I get it.
Rachel gonna have to kind of just pitch. Is that a little scoober?
Yeah, a little Scooby.
For those of you that don't know what a scoober is, look it up. You got Google.
Rachel with a nice normal shot to the green.
Oh, Silva was a little deeper into the rough than I thought. She's just going to pitch out as well to the short side.
And a little bit of work left from Silva here on the third. I love a big jump putt
Me
approach.
too. That's
My
a
favorite.
big jump putt too.
Big. Yeah. Did you see how forcefully she went forward?
Yeah.
Eveliina with the easiest little approach putt.
Yeah.
What do you call that?
I think approach putt.
Ooh, and that's probably the longest circle one we've seen Rachel make today. Not easy on that elevated pin.
Nice par from Silva. Looks like we only have one birdie look on our feature card. That's funny, on the easiest hole. Guess what? There was. Oh, nice putt from Cadence. There was
14 birdies.
There was one eagle today.
Oh, was it
there
a
was
throw-in?
25 birdies.
Wow.
It was no, it was a 22 footer.
Who? Does it say?
Sophia Dunica.
Oh, that.
Birthday eagle. Okay, I knew she got an eagle today, but I would have assumed it was on hole 16. That is such a cool eagle.
Yeah, happy freaking birthday.
What?
Birthday eagle is so fun to just say also.
Birthday eagle, 22 feet.
I would love to see that drive.
Someone have that film. We want to see it. Roll it. Drop it in the comments.
My buddies and I just helped grow the global disc golf community. Check it out. We got our favorite shirts at Quirky Goodies, and a percentage of the sales proceeds go to the Paul Macbeth Foundation. They build great disc golf courses all around the world. I picked up 3 shirts for myself. This one's my favorite. Hey, if you're like me and you're always looking for a discount code, use this one, JomezPro 15. That'll give you 15% off. QuirkyGoodies.com. Buy a shirt, make a difference.
Hole 16, probably the most famous hole out here because of the green. Starting on the tee, it's 728 feet, OB left and right. You see most ladies kind of just landing around that path that we passed to the right side, laying up on the second, and then you have to land safe on this little island or just keep throwing. So it can become a nightmare really quickly if you're not careful. Does anyone ever try the eagle play?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
This is gonna be, we're gonna have a lot of eagles on this hole.
Cool.
Not a lot, but like more than we usually do.
Mm-hmm.
They changed the rules this year. Last year, if you didn't land on the island, there was a drop zone that was a long downhill putt from the tall side of the green. It was I would say 40 footer, if I remember correctly. It was a hard putt right at out of bounds. This year they changed to where you have to establish a lie on the island. Here's Henna for eagle. I don't think I like the rule change backwards, but I do love an eagleable par 5.
Yes.
For the FPO.
Nice hit from Henna. Ooh, Cadence going really wide on this one. I don't think that was her intended line. She kind of looked at the tee pad, but it's fine.
Yeah, most players going in between those two trees. She's in a prime landing zone for players that are laying up on their second shot. It's not a layup. It's more of just a straight shot down the continuation of the safe side before going across, really shortening that shot to the green. Rachel, with a friendly little skip off the path in an area where she can definitely go for eagle if she wants. She's in the 300 to 320 foot range to the island.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see what she does. Silva with a nice smooth drive here.
Wow.
And lots of power getting past the path as well. Maybe just outside what's comfortable to go across for eagle.
Yeah, we'll see what she decides. She might also have a funky run up being closer to the path.
Evelina. Oh my.
Evelina doing what a lot of players don't consider.
All right.
She also, it's hard to know what exactly she was trying to do, but because it bends my brain. It's not what I would ever consider doing, but she can honestly still reach the island from there. I wonder if she'll go for it or if she's slightly out of position for her game plan.
I can't tell if she was trying to go right side of the tree.
Yeah. No, she definitely was, but
like it just kind of stalled. I don't know.
It stalled a lot. Here's Cadence with the layup play. It's a really great play. It bells out nicely. Looks like Evelina's lining that up as well. Uh-oh.
Fluffed. Man, I swear there's nothing worse than laying up and going out of bounds anyway.
Yeah. Looks like Silva's going to line up the layup as well.
Nice looking shot from Silva.
This shortens the shot to the island to about, what, like 200 feet? Maybe a little less than that, 180. Rachel, even way down here, is still going to opt for the layup play.
And that was a bit undercommitted. It's fine, but it just leaves a longer shot than you would prefer.
Eveliina, with a little more work than you'd like to do. Most players laying up to the bubbled out area. Eveliina, though, very comfortable with her sidearm.
Very comfortable. No problem at all. Still going to be able to save a par even with the 1 OB stroke.
This played as a tie for the 4th most difficult hole of the day. There were 12 birdies. There were also 6 eagles.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow. What a weird hole.
Yep.
And a nice approach from Rachel on her 3rd.
I know this is like a lot of numbers, but 14% eagles, 28% birdie, 14% par,
Okay. Wow.
21% bogey, 23% double bogey or worse.
That
Wild.
is the smallest sliver of pars I've ever seen.
Yes, and you can, Cadence showing us how you can get to that bogey, double bogey area really quickly. She's going to have to just throw again from the short side. As we said, you have to establish your lie on the island.
She does get to progress, though, to the end of the layup area.
Silva
Ugh.
coming in a little hot.
So easy to do that. That's why it's kind of nice to come in on an angle. I like those sidearms. I haven't really seen that from Eveliina and Rachel. I know they were a little far away, but it's kind of nice to just spike in.
Yeah, agreed. Here's Cadence progressing just a little bit.
There we
She
go.
squeaks one over the hay bales. She'll still have a putt.
Silva throwing 5.
This had the highest OB stroke count of the day of any hole, which I think goes without saying. There were 35 OB strokes amongst 43 competitors.
Nothing goes without saying in the booth. You know that.
I'm going to shout out the Eagles. Ella Hansen, Paige Pierce, Katie Tati, Katrina Allen, Kat Murch, and we watched Henna Bloomroos. And love a list of Eagles.
Love a big old list of Eagles.
What's cool, though, is that, I mean, look at this island. We just watched both Silva and Cadence struggle to land on the island from 200 feet. And we've got people going there from 320 feet or 330 feet. So
very exciting.
Yeah, really impressive. I don't know if we'll see 6 eagles on this hole again. We had some calmer conditions today, so really enjoy it while it lasts. The whole group of eagles.
Yeah.
A
Eveliina
flock.
missing wide right on the putt, but makes a longer comebacker than her original putt. And a nice birdie from Rachel, taking 2 strokes on her card mates. 6 eagles.
Yeah.
Whole flock of
So
them.
cool.
Henna leading the way with her eagle, Rachel right behind her.
Hole 17, one of the most fun par 3s. Also one of the scariest. It's 361 feet. It's got a very, very light downhill nature, especially in the second half of the fairway. There's not necessarily one ideal line. You see a lot of players just going laser beam up the right side and letting the disc hyzer at the end onto the super sloped downhill right to left green. I like to throw a turning shot out to the left and let it turn into the green. If you have a distance forehand, I think that's a great play as well, or a flex forehand. But you see all kinds of stuff here on hole 17.
All kinds.
This is the most common mistake, and not a bad one because the out of bounds is inside the circle where Rachel fades out. She'll be able to potentially save par from there. This hole gets infinitely more difficult when you add wind. Today, thankfully, it was not a strong sustained wind at any moment. Looks like they have some nice calm conditions now. Cadence going to throw a laser beam inside the circle.
Love that line. Super safe the whole way. Just hovercraft over the grass.
Silva knows out of her hand that she didn't quite commit to that one. Keeps it nice and low. Boom. It's so fun to watch.
I know. I just like the boom. I've been thinking it. I'd like to hear it out loud.
Eveliina turning that disc. I love that line, but she locks it just a little bit, or maybe doesn't get the fade she was hoping for. Silva with kind of a tricky little approach.
Yeah, not something you necessarily practice.
And this is easier if you have a forehand approach.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you can see she shorts it a little bit. We know she's comfortable from that distance, though. Eveliina just going to lay up her par.
Only 7 competitors got to circle 1 in regulation. 20 got to circle 2. Another one of those difficult par 3s.
Rachel looking to save her par just outside the circle. Look at that stepper. All right. This teeny tiny hat she's wearing.
Has she missed a putt today?
I don't think so.
Maybe she can see really well under the brim of the small hat. Oh my gosh, look at Silva with this downhill putt, grabbing those right side chains and staying in. Cadence, birdie look. A little birdie sandwich, nice bounce back from that last bogey. Cadence just hovering around that even par mark. Not quite able to get under par.
Rachel has not missed a putt.
Wow.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing.
That is amazing. What a day to do it. First round 1 of Worlds 100% circle 1 and 2 putting.
All right. Only the top 8 or 9 women under par, showing the difficulty of this course. Wrapping it up with hole 18, a par 5, only 699 feet, so scoreable, but look at all of this out of bounds on the left and right. You want to throw your first shot somewhere around this corner. Backhand works, forehand works. Second shot, just try to get up the hill as much as you can, but it's tough to manage. If you land a little short off the tee, you gotta like curve a whole lot, and you can really find the OB easily. Final shot can also be so difficult because the green is a really awkward shape. They kind of cut out. You can see this little half circle here right before the green, so that's only what, 4 feet from the bullseye is out of bounds.
Yes. Ida Latomaki with such a great birdie. Keep an eye out for her. Another very young up-and-coming player claiming the birdie.
Yeah, and in contention for the lead card, it looks like. Henna with a huge tee shot here. What a beautiful flight. Gets all the way to the corner. And a good play here is to kind of push the right side like Henna is doing where it's safe. That's a nice shot. Whew. Man, that half circle inside the circle is confusing. And I'm just going to settle for a birdie, which is fine, I guess, if you like that kind of thing. 6 down on the day. We were saying 5 is going to be amazing.
This tee shot is a little bit scary. You want to throw this type of a turning shot like Cadence, but she's heading right towards out of bounds, and you see so many discs end up in that right side OB area. I think a forehand is a major advantage here.
Yeah, forehand feels nice and safe. There's those light poles on the left that you might be thinking about if you push it a little too wide, but just like Rachel's doing there, it is plenty of room just to go straight down the center, and she takes a little bit off even, just to stay safe. Silva with looks to be a slower speed disc in her hand. Pretty.
So pretty. Sitting down nice and soft.
Love that play. Felt relaxed.
It did. She really does make this game look so easy.
Yeah.
Eveliina makes it look very exciting. Yes.
Yeah. All the way to the corner.
Crushed.
It's crazy that she's 4 over with some of these tee shots we've seen. Just needs to clean up some of the approaches, make a couple more putts. She's throwing so well as always.
Yeah, just a few shots trickling OB. Rachel not going for the birdie here, just gonna go. Oh,
she might be.
is.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought she was lining up left.
It's so hard to talk about everything you need to in the flyover, but my play is forehand to here, and then to manage landing on that narrow strip is kind of awkward.
Yeah.
But it's worth it, because then from there you can really attack for birdie.
Yeah, Cadence.
Ooh.
Oh, no. Oh, yay.
Squeaks in. Oh, she wasn't worried. She's just adjusting her ponytail.
Cadence looking like she's maybe trying to escape the cameras. It can feel like that on the big days.
Ooh, get up.
Ooh.
Wow, okay.
I think that's the play, I guess.
Is
Yeah, land short, skip over the OB.
Is it? Eveliina definitely thinking eagle here.
Eveliina most comfortable when she is attacking, and attacking she is.
Lost it in the sky.
It's so far we can't see it anymore like a golf ball.
Yeah.
Incredible. Incredible.
That's so cool.
I think if the next time we see Eveliina out here at the Beast, we're going to see a 5 down, 6 down, 7 down round.
Rachel's third, flirting with that OB on the left side. Gonna be up there for a par save putt from 15 feet.
Yeah, she at least crossed the green.
Ooh, nice. Sit. It's so weird because you put it just outside the bullseye, just like you're trained to do, and you're like, oh, is it safe?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it is. That green continues to get smaller and smaller every year. And if you come in deep, those evergreen trees are just so brutal. You can't even get to your disc.
Silva with a nice, safe shot there, not flirting with the OB at all. Pretty parked for a birdie. Here's Eveliina for an eagle. No!
Oh, give it to her. Dead center, just bouncing off the top of the cage. And what a day from Rachel Turton. She is on the feature card, which can definitely give you some nerves, and she's just looking calm as a cucumber.
Sure is.
Silva finishing her day out with another birdie, bringing her to that 4 down mark that we see Rachel Turton. What a day from Silva as well. If you can make disc golf look easy on the Beast, you're doing something right. Eveliina, the home crowd really cheering.
We still have so much disc golf left. We are moving to the Monster tomorrow, and 2 days in a row, I believe, before we come back to the Beast. Hannah Bloomer's leading the way at 6 down, and then we got a big tie for second. Cat Merch, Silva Saarinen, Rachel Turton, and Ida Letomaki.
I played with Cat Merch today. It was an incredible round, lots of big putts. The Monster in Tampere is a whole different type of course tomorrow. It's not as much roped OB. We have a lot more shots through beautiful finished birch wood. We do have a little bit of roped OB here and there with some water problems. It's a whole different type of golf, and I'm very excited for you guys to see it. I think there is a little rain maybe in the forecast in the morning. There's a chance of rain every morning, I think, until Sunday. So hopefully we have some dry conditions, but might have some drizzles. Again, like Erika said, we've got 4 more rounds of the World Championship, so come hang.
We are at 490,000 followers on YouTube, and we are trying to get to 500,000. So please help us get there. Subscribe if you want us to keep doing what we're doing, or else just hit the button.
We need you. 490K. I think that's all for today. We'll see you guys tomorrow in Tampere, Finland. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the Two Hot Geese. And I hope this music lulls you to sleep.